Hey YouTube, Jake here. This is the second tutorial for the HTML5 game development series I've got going on. And I guess last time we left off at getting started and getting set up stuff. So this time we're going to actually, well, last time I talked about downloading a file. So let's start with that. First, you're going to go to, if you go to my YouTube channel, on the right, there is a link that says minus file sharing. Now, if you click this, this is going to take you to my profile on Minus, and this is just where I share um, a bunch of files, I guess, that you can download. So, like I said in the last tutorial, I think I talked about wallpapers. No, maybe it was my intro tutorial. But anyways, this is a wallpaper folder that you can go into and download wallpapers. But we want this one, HTML5 game development. Now, this is pretty neat. I upload the HTML file, let's see. I uploaded the index template into this folder, HTML5 game development. This file is called the index template.html. It actually shows the text, and you can actually copy it right out of here. So if you want, you don't have to download it, which is right here, download file. You can also comment on this, by the way. You write comments if you're having any problems and stuff like that. But anyways, all I have to do is copy this. And now all you have to do is just put that away. Now what we're going to do is go back into your text editor. And what you want to do is press Control V or Command V to paste it in. Now what you have to do is go to File, Save As. Depending on what program you're using, should be similar to mine though. File, Save As. And you want to save it as index.html. And look at the color change. That's the code highlighting. Basically that changed because we put the .html on the end when we saved it, so it knows what kind of file it is. Anyways, you won't see this unless you downloaded this, you won't see it in your folder. But actually I have to do, I'm just gonna exit this for a second. What I'm gonna do is just rename this file to HTML5 HTML5 game dev. There we go. Now, this basically is actually, let's go back. Files. Okay, just keep it like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have to open this up, not like that. You want to right-click, open with Sublime Text or whatever you're using. Okay, so this basically is our outline for what we have to do to make a game. So basically, this is the HTML file. So this is actually what the website is going to look like. Now, we have to do two things in here, really. First of all, we have to name this. This is like the web page name. So what I'm going to do is, YouTube game HTML5 game dev tutorial. That's a long name. Now for this is going to be the name of another file that we have to create. So we're going to leave that for a second. Make sure you always save just so you don't lose anything. So yep. So now we have to create a JavaScript file to make a game. So what we have to do is go up to File. We have to go to New File. Now there's nothing in here right now, but all you're going to do is go up to File again. Save As. Should be in the same folder where you saved your index. And this time we want to name it, let's name it game.js. Now you have to put the JS in that and make sure you don't forget that part. And press save. There we go. Now it's a JavaScript file. And actually, if you look in your folder over here, you will see it right there, .js. These are .htmls. Okay, so that was that basic setup. Now, since we named this game.js, we need to reference it in our web page or HTML file. So we need to put game.js, and that's all you have to do pretty much. This is very, very basic. All you're going to see is a web page with a background. I can actually show you. Let's go back here. Double click. This is all you should see so far is just a blank or a dark background. Well, yeah, you should see a dark background if you have the same background style as me. It's like a dark gray, 30, 30, 30. Anyways, so that's all the base. That's all we really have to do in this file for now. I don't know if we have to do any more later, but we might choose to. But what we're going to be working on from on now is in the game.js area. This is the JavaScript file, and this is basically the brains of the game. Pretty much everything is done in the JS file. All we do in the HTML file is just reference it so that it appears in on the web page. So yep, that does it for this tutorial. Remember, all you have to do is go to my minus profile from my YouTube channel and get this code, paste it in your text editor, save a couple files, make a new JavaScript file, and basically change the name here and here. And that should be it. Make sure this matches this. Okay, guys, and actually I'm going to do one more thing in this. What you're going to do right now, if you're using Sublime Text, this only applies for Sublime Text. I'm just going to hit this little X button. I'm going to go up to File in Sublime, File, Open Folder. Now, if we do it this way, all we have to do is go up one, Files, Open. Now we have like a folder sidebar over here. All I have to do to open a file is double click it. And if you're not working on one, just close it basically and just makes it a little easier. Alright, so that does it for this tutorial, guys. I guess I should have reminded myself that I do all my tutorials in 1080p HD. So if you watch this in full screen and on the 1080p setting, all you have to do is press full screen and then, oh, not in there. All I have to do is press pause, full screen, and then 1080p over here. And everything should be high definition. YouTube. This is the first, I guess, setup. There we go. So that's about it, guys. I'll see you next tutorial when we actually get started with some of the coding. Alright, guys, out.